Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 4 of Army Cycling eRace series. This one then is on Neokyo Crit Course. A little bit of a different one then from previous weeks. We've had a bit lumpy, and now we're back on this then. So A and B cat are going to be doing 7 laps, so that's 30k. C and D cat will be doing 6 laps, so that's 24.1k. There is sprints on every lap, everywhere. And what will happen is your fastest time throughout all of them sprints today will count. So you will pretty much have every lap an opportunity to better the sprint from the one before. Or if you think you've done a pretty good one, leave it as it is. But I can foresee this one's going to be fast and furious. So let's hope so. So quite a big pen tonight. I was looking at it, big sign up numbers, which is good to see, and I'm trying something a little bit different tonight. So I'm in the pen rather than previously where I've been sat in Makuri Island somewhere and then fan viewing. I'm going to try and do it from the pen, and it should give me a little bit better understanding of the distance, what laps people are on and stuff like that. If for whatever reason this drops out, I'll have to do a quick workout on Makuri Island of 30 seconds, and then I'll be back in and find out where they are. I don't think in 30 seconds I'm going to miss much racing, hopefully not anyways. So what we're looking at the moment is we're looking at the A pen. We'll set off with the A pen, and then we'll bounce through. We'll probably do a lap with the A pen and then jump to the B's, C's and D's. And because this is laps, we'll try and keep an eye out where everyone is, and we'll hopefully get eyes on all of the finishes for today. Two minutes to go. So as the series been going at the minute, we've had a bit of a mixed bag of races. So what we've had is we had a crit course to start with, and then we had a little bit of a kind of rolling hilly course out in outer Scotland. Last week was slightly hilly, right, which was up at Danger Noodle. Back to a crit course this week, and you guessed it, next week we're back on the hills, but it's not hilly. It's called the Cobble Climb Reverse, so it's got a few lumps and bumps in it, and I think they're not long hills, they're kind of steep, short, punchy ones. And then we'll finish off on race 6 with the 2018 Worlds Innsbruck course, which that is hilly. So for those that are light and like to climb, that'll be the one for you to kind of punch away there. Hopefully my phone decides to work tonight so I can find the other riders, because that's what I have to do. If I can't find them on the screen, I'll have to find them in Zwift Companion and click on them that way. But we've got some big hitters in the sprint category tonight, so let's hope that they all get away nice and fast. It's nice to see some of the B cats from last week, so they've upgraded. So Will Blunt has now moved up. So I've just seen him in the pen there, which is good to see. "22 seconds. And we're off. Right, clearly I'm going to stay in the pen, so we'll find someone on fan view for the first lap, and we'll move on from there. Oh, he's a good one to fan view. Right, this is my brother-in-law, right, Paul Tyrrell, right, ex Royal Artillery, so a veteran. He's decided to jump in and race tonight in the A-Cat pen. hopefully this is streaming alright, because I've just had a notification saying that the internet's not great. I don't know if that's the weather, but hopefully it is. And in true Aussie style, I had technology go down on me. So my keyboard's just run out of battery, but luckily I've got some batteries here, so I will be all over it. So 7 laps of this crit course. If for whatever reason we have any issues with the internet here and it doesn't sort itself out, then I am recording, so I will just upload the video later on, and then everyone can see it there. If you're in the stream, say hello, let us know who you're following. Ah, we're back in. Keyboard's working. Right, here we go. So this is the first sprint point. And it doesn't look like anyone's gone for it. So keeping that powder dry for a little bit later on by the looks of it. So a little bit of a downhill here. Hopefully the stream hasn't just skipped ahead and all of a sudden we're now in, you're seeing them move along. But like I say, if you can hear me in the stream, if for whatever reason the internet goes down, it's recording and I'll upload it straight afterwards. So you see there's a small group pushing off the front here with Dan Collins, Ed CW and Will Blunt. But the group seems pretty content to stay together for the time being. You say 7 laps, so it is a little bit of a long shot to go this early. However, what are we seeing on the front here? So are we seeing an attack? Or is this just pushing off the front to try and spread everyone out a little bit? There's Rob McEwen in there. Rob's got a nice big diesel engine on him and he likes to grind out those 2% climbs. So there's a little rise in this. This is the kind of thing that I like to see Rob kind of push away on. We'll stick with Will Blunt for a little bit. Did really well last week in the hilly course, so he's moved up to ACAT. It's starting to see some sprints now. Then this is another sprint point. So this is the forgot the name of it, but this is another sprint point here, and it looks like they're trying to break away. So so we got who we got up front. So we've still got Will Mead there. So it's Kev Fowler. Kev Fowler's pushed up front, and is he going to keep going or is he just going for the sprint point? Looks like he's come off the pedals a little bit, so maybe he just went for the sprint point. Got Jay Simpkins with him, but he's gone over the top, and he's continued to push on, but it looks like it's been bridged. There's a small gap here, right? But I think they're going to get closed down. And this is starting to form a little group here now. There's a 2-second gap to the group behind, but I think it's still too early to call this because they're all still pretty close together. So I suspect they're going to come back together. There is one off the back. But there's some strong riders in this group. Will Blunt, Will Mead, and stuff like that. So I don't think this move's going to stick this early. It's too flat and too fast of a course. This. So there's still a 1 second, 2 second gap So there's still a great chance, and these lot are not hanging about, right? These are pushing on. It's the diesel, Rob McEwen. Rob McEwen's doing really well in the series. A couple of second and third places, so he's doing really, really well. And what he's doing is he's making that group behind really, really work. Really work. And at the moment they're closing, but there's a 4-second gap. 4-second gap to them. And whilst that's on there like that, let's see if I can get anyone in the B pen. Oh, unfortunately Chris Groves is static. They might have had a drop out. Let's have a look, see if we've got anyone else in there. The B's going to be an issue. Let's get to the C's. Who we got in the C pen? Right, so this is the C pen, and it's not invalid. It's this is Adam Backhouse. There's Angela Laycock. Did really well last week on the climbs. Right, looks like the C is a big pen of C's tonight. Really big pen. Very stretched out though. But it is a crit course. These kind of crit courses, you need to be near the front, especially if there's a lot of twists and turns like there is. You can end up losing the wheel, and if you might not see them sprint off, and that's the issue that you're going to have. If you can't see them sprint off, then it's a dangerous game to be playing. Well, it's quite a large pack of bees here. Adam Backhouse needs to get himself back up there. He's going to find himself off the back. It's not where he wants to be. We've got Phil Spencer here. Ollie's going to be going for the sprint point. We now seem to have formed two packs, so there is a pack just at the back there, just go out of sight. There's a handful of riders off the back. It's a long way to go. Right, here's the sprint now. So is anyone going to go for it? No, no one. Oh, one or two. Right, or is this are they gonna try and keep going? Right, looks like it's gonna try and keep going. Here we got M. Whittaker. Looks like he's gone for the sprint. So many sprints on here that this could be a very dangerous course if he just kept going and going and going. If anyone's listening to the stream and there's a bit of an issue, just don't worry about it. I have recorded it and I will upload afterwards. I don't know why, but maybe there's a bit of an issue with the internet. It's looked like the C's are back together. I'll try and find someone if I can in the B pen. If you get a random request off me to follow you, it's because I have to be following someone to be able to find them. And I did have a little bit of a check the other day and try and find as many people as I could. While we're checking these out, let's have a look at see if I can see anybody in the B's and C's or in the This is the front of the C's here. Seems to be a bit of an attack on the front. And the rest of the pack is just kind of sitting up and letting them go. No one seems to be bridging it at the moment. Oh, we've got some bees. Here we go. Right, so we've got Russ Miller now. Hopefully this is the bit of a tight pack here. There's only 12 riders in the B-Cat race tonight, so that's be why they're all clumped together. So who we got in there? So we got Russ Miller, Rich Smith, Shane Wilson, infantry. So Matt Davies, got a few infantry in here, so it's good to see. Nice tight pack this. I've got a feeling this will go down to a bunch sprint. Right? I can't see many people getting away. Got Adam Ady in there as well. There's some fast riders in this group, some very fast riders. You see they're doing 42k an hour, so they're not hanging around. Definitely not hanging around. See, a lot of people have gone for the most aero setup, apart from one gentleman on the front. Let's see who it is. Yeah, it's that S Bent, right? And the reason I say he's not gone for an aero is because it looks like he's on the Zwift steel bike, right? Or the Swift carbon bike, where everyone else, we've got a sprint off the front there. Everyone else seems to have gone for the most aero setup they've got. It was Matt Davies. So you've either got Tron, you've got individuals with disc wheels as well, and the S-Works. S-Works with the disc wheel will probably be the fastest on this course. And these are starting to get a shift on now. Is anyone going to go for this other sprint point here? Doesn't look like it. We're saving it for another lap then, by the sounds of it. So it's the back end of the C category. See if I can I'm trying to find someone in the D cat. Here we go. Right. There's definitely been some technical issues tonight. Right. Everyone's invalid for the time being. Here we go. So we got Mash in here. Is this the E's? Right. There's only 19 in the D's tonight, and that'll be because everyone's getting promoted. You got Emma Price there. Everyone's getting promoted. You see the size of the C group tonight. The C cat is massive. But the D cat's doing well here. We have a nice little tight group of 5 or 6 or 7. Yeah, 7 or 8 maybe. Doesn't look like anyone went for the sprint point on that one. There's a group. There's a couple of tail end Charlies there. It's like 30 seconds, 57 seconds behind them, right? And it's still got like 20 odd k to go, 20k to go. So it's pretty lonely on your own. So it might be worth sometimes sitting up. So those that are at the 33 seconds, 37 seconds. There's a group behind you. It's at about 58 seconds at a minute. It might be worth just sitting up and waiting for them. Are we seeing someone pushing off the front here? We've got D Tomlinson, or they're just getting ahead ready for the sprint banner. Or is this an attack? Is this a solo breakaway? Because if it is, you've still got 19 Ks to go on your own. It could be a long, long day. see these through to the next sprint point. But it's good now. I've identified riders in each of the categories that I can kind of bounce between. So hopefully be a little bit smoother the next time I go through the categories. But let's see, if anyone's missed it, if anyone's watching the stream and it's skipping for whatever reason, don't worry, I will upload the race afterwards. I'll go back and check the stream. No idea why the internet's playing up. It says I've got 5 bars and it's perfectly fine, but you never know, kids might be watching something in 4K in the house. I'm just draining it all for me. Right, so that's the conclusion of that one. Then let's go back to the front of the race of the A-Cat and let's see how they're getting on. So let's check out Will Blunt if we can get him. Here we go. This is and look at that, straight to the front of the A-Cat. Is there anything? Is everything still happening? Looks like most people are together. We do have someone kind of off the back here. Yeah, I think he's looks like he's a lapped, almost well, slightly off the back, but you can't really see the group up ahead, so a good couple of minutes off the back of the group, which is unfortunate because the rest of it is pretty lonely after that. Oh. But we'll jump forward to the group now, so it looks like we've got another attack near the front. It is looks like this is Ben. Looks like at some point there must have been, where we were checking the other categories out, must have been a bit of a burst in pace to kind of drop a few of them. But this looks like the main pack, and I would suspect with 16k to go for these, I suspect that these are the ones that are going to take the sprint down. But all of the big hitters from previous races are in here, so it doesn't look like anyone who's in the contention for GC has been dropped. So we've got Rob McEwen, we've got Dan Collins, Will Blunt's in there now, Will Mead. So we're seeing a little bit of a push off the front of Paul Tyrrell. So this is Paul's first ACA's race. Be a good addition to the Royal Artillery team, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have told him about it being infantry. You don't want to add any talent to other teams there. It looks like it's a sprint coming on here with Ben and Will. So are they going for the sprint points, or is this an attack? It does look like they've sat up. Well, Will Blunt hasn't sat up. He's pushing on it a little bit, and I think he's trying to get away. But Dan Collins is with him, Ben's with him, and Will Mead's not far behind. Again, big group like this, I think it's a little bit early to try and break away. You would have to do some serious watts to stay away from a group like this. I'd say north of 4.5 watts per kilo to try and stay away. So slightly behind these. So we've got Jim B, right, he's at 156 away. 30 seconds behind him, we've got our Gregory. So I don't know if it's worth either Jim sitting up and then he's got a bit of company. And then we've got M. Cracknell, Martin Cracknell. Oh, almost went back to myself there. I don't want to be going back to me, otherwise that'll ruin the race. I think Ozzy's done that a few times. And let's have a look, see if we can jump in and see some of the B-Cat riders then. So, start going through the categories again. What, Russ Miller? Come on, Russ, get up there. All right, he's just off the back of that group. All right. But we've got Shane Wilson sat in there, nice and comfortable by the looks of it. Sitting at three and a bit watts per kilo. Looks like Russ is almost back on. Was there a little bit of an attack there that went off, which kind of blew everyone apart? Still seems like all 12 of the B-Cats are together. Russ with his lightning socks, he's pushing through. Maybe he's just getting a bit. Looks like he's gone for the sprint point to try and get some sprint points. Don't think this is a solo attack. If it is, you're a brave man, Russ. But he did just set a PR of 16 seconds on there, so I think that was his attempt at the sprint point, and then he'll just sit up, and he is sitting up at 2.4 watts per kilo just to kind of get his breath back. It's not exactly what you want, but he needs to get a move on, because if he doesn't start spinning his legs up, the pack will come flying past and then he'll find himself off the back again. So if you are going to go for these sprint points, and this is what's happening now, he's needing to match the cadence of the group coming past. There's not much time for recovery with these really short end sprint points, and you can see straight away the group's a little bit fresher because they didn't do it and they're pushing on through. So let's have a look how the C-Cat's doing then. So jumped in with Adam Backhouse. He won the sprint race in the race 1, I believe. So is he going to be one of the favourites for this today? But there's a massive group. There's 52 in the C-Cat on this. And it looks like this is the main pack. Is there someone off the front though? Or is this them unfortunately going to lap someone? Let me have a look. There is someone up there. Oh, I think it's someone. I think it's someone they would end up lapping there. So this is the front of C-Cat, right, which is L. Clark. Which is Laura Clark. So just checking my notes, all the sign-ups, because unfortunately Zwift doesn't give you the full name, does it? But look, she's leading the pack here. She's doing really well. You need to get yourself out of the front and get in the draft, right? Is anyone going for a sprint here? It looked like there was a couple pushing through. Yeah, unfortunately, I think they're going to pick up a lapped rider as they go through. But you got to stick with it. Next time you might not get lapped, the more training you do. There's Evo, Darren Evans, right? Old Evo, and he self-proclaimed calls himself Old Evo. So that's not me mocking him. That's his YouTube channel name as well. Go check him out. He's probably streaming this tonight. Okay, is anyone going for this sprint point here then? It looks like there's a couple ramping it up. It's a short one. Doesn't look like anyone's gone for it. TH then, is this Tim Harrison? Right. Well, these are over halfway now, so about 10k to go for these lot. So we got I Hate Raining, right? I believe, is that what his name is? Oh, It's Raining. So It's Raining, great name. and he's gone. I think he's sat up now, 1.8 watts per kilo, yeah. So very similar to what Russ did in the last one, right? Broke off the front, but what he needs to start doing now, as these are approaching, you need to start spinning the legs up just to kind of match the watts that they're doing, right? And he is, and there's a little 2-3% little ramp here, which can catch the legs out on that sprint. So I don't think it's advisable. So if anyone's catching the stream tonight, I think there's a bit of an issue with the internet. It keeps coming up that it's not enough bandwidth, right? This is the only thing that's running, so no idea what's going on. So let's see if we can get anyone in the decap. See how they're getting on. There we go. All right, this looks like the front of the decap race. What have we got here? We've got Emma Price leading the way. Nice tight little group here. There's a few off the back, a little bit further back. Right, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute 20. There's still 10k to go, so it's going to be tough if you were trying to bridge that. It would take a bit of a monumental effort, but it isn't out of the realms of possibility. So what else we got in this group then? So we got some more of our female riders in this group as well. Oh, I'll keep clicking off. Oh, that's a little bit further back. Oh, looks like I've missed the sprint there. There's a few fun on there. So we got another one of our female riders in here. We got Charlotte Glass. So there's 2 female riders in here. So the female competition runs concurrent to all of them. So they will be scored accordingly, not to the rest of the race that they're in. They'll be grouped in a female category. So that the racing's a lot fairer, and they're racing with people within their racing score. However, the scores are put through an algorithm that Aussie created, and it'll give a comparable score to make a league table, even though they're all racing in separate pens. Very technical stuff, a little bit too complicated for me. Right, I can just about manage to move the camera on this, so we're very lucky to have someone with a brain the size of Aussie's. So what we'll do is we will jump back to the front of the A pen, right? And again, I've got, like I say, I've pinged a couple of riders that I can kind of jump straight into. So Will Blunt being one of them. So who we got up here now? So we've got Harry Nansen, who's at the front, or near the front. And again, Paul Tyrrell's still there. It doesn't look like off the back of this. We have got Kev Fowler and Rob McEwen kind of dangling at the back, so they need to be careful that there's no attacks. And it looks like it is spreading out a little bit. But I suspect this is going to go down to a bunch sprint. I very much doubt that there's going to be a solo breakaway on this, because it is, you can see they're doing 40k an hour, so it's not exactly slow. What you're seeing is he's back in. I was going to say Kev Fowler was dangling 1 second off the back there, but it seems that he's back in, and there's no issues there by the looks of it.
Here's what I found.
Oh, that was me watch telling me what they found. Great when Siri's listening to you, isn't it? Oh, seems to be a bit of an attack going on. I've seen some orange numbers up ahead, but it was a sprint point, so they're all gone for the. Looks like some of them have gone for. There's a little bit of daylight there between the riders. Right, they need to make sure that they stay a bit tighter. or this could really break the race up. There'll be some tired legs after the constant sprints, right? But I can see people like Dan Collins at the front. He was doing 7 watts per kilo there for a split second. Maybe he was just trying to bridge a gap. But who's on the front? Who do you think? Mr. Leader of the ACAT competition at the minute. And this is a classic move from Will Mead. Seems to smell blood in the water and then does an attack and kind of breaks the race up. And it looks like it is breaking the race up, right? Those behind are really having to put a bit of effort into trying this, but it looks like it might stick for now. So we'll stick with it for a little bit and just see how this plays out, because the others were all in little tight groups with not much happening, and let's hope it doesn't take it down to all of the other races down to just a single sprint with only kind of big attacks or anything, because we've got a little bit of exciting racing, don't we? And this is what we're talking about with exciting racing, right? There is a group here now, right, with a 4-second gap to the back rider of that group ahead, so these lot need to get a shift on and bridge this gap, otherwise this is dangerous. And you've got some big riders in the back there. You've got Rob McEwen, right, Paul Tyrrell's in the back there, NCW, so it's not like they've dropped some kind of new riders to the ACAT. If anything, Will Blunt's in this group, and this is his first ACAT race in this series, because he's been racing in the BCAT. But it looks like they're going to bridge it, right? It looks like they're going to bridge it, and it looks like they're going to come back together. And just as we see now, we got another attack on the front. It's Kev Fowler just leading the charge. But it looks like we're almost back together. There's a couple just off the back there, which are they going to get back on? Oh, get up there, Paul. It looks like he's going to get back on. There's another rider with him as well, Harry Nansen. There's 2 here, so it looks like they're going to use each other. They're going to get back up there. The group hasn't really pushed on. When you get riders off the back, that's the prime time to put the hammer down for a lap or so. And even if you just find yourself burning a few matches, they'll burn even more trying to bridge the gap as well. But it looks like Rob is slightly off the back, but his diesel engine will get him back on. I've got no doubt of that at all. Right, but this is blown apart at the back here. There is some riders off the back. And they're in their little 2s and 3s back there, so at least they're not single riders, and with the 2s and 3s they could have an opportunity to kind of work themselves back on, but these 2 here are so close. They just need to get up and just give it a little bit of a dig, right, and get back on, because otherwise if they're at the front, keep pushing on, then they're going to lose this. They're going to lose these 2 as well. Right, there's a little bit of a downhill here, and this is where the front lot are maybe taking a little bit of a rest. These 2 need to get back on the pedals. Now I think this is the end of the rest of them there. So Harry Nansen, Jay Parks, Paul Tyrrell, they're 10 seconds off now. So that's a big deficit to try and pull back with a group as big as this that is pulling. But it looks like who's that? That's just dropped off. CW is off. He's off the back of this group here. So Rob McEwen is desperately close. He just needs to get in there. Come on, Rob. I have seen Rob bring back 30-second deficits. He has got a big engine on him. Very, very big engine. Right, and it looks like Chris Lane's in there as well. So that's great to see that these lot got back on. But that was the move. We stayed with him. We had a feeling it was going to happen. Right, there's only 4k to go with these lot now, so we'll quickly have a flick through the rest of the categories, and then we'll get back to see the finish of this race. So we'll see if we can get into the BCAT. Hopefully. Oh, looks like they're still together. Great. I was hoping the last time I went on this, Russ Miller was just off the back of them, and I was like, oh gosh. But it looks like all 12 of these are kind of still together, which is good to see, right? And they're at 24k, so they've got 6k to go, so there'll be a couple of k in between the A's and the B's, which is great to see. So what I'll do is I'll jump back and have a look at the C-Cat. Right, remember the C-Cat are only doing 26. Okay, so they're at 23 now, or this individual is. So Evo is. We're going to push forward. This is further forward in the C-Cat. And there's Adam Backhouse there, so we'll jump on Adam, and he's near the front of the C-Cat, so they've only got a couple of K to go. So this is going to be really tight, you see. This is the problem with laps and trying to cover all of the races at the same time, is these have got 2 Ks to go, and the A-Cats have got 4 Ks to go. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to keep an eye out. So the A-Cats have got less than 4 Ks to go. They've got 3 Ks to go, and these have got 2. So it's going to be a little bit of a minefield to try and catch these and try and catch the A's. Oh. Does look like we just caught the finish of that, right? It did say that these were doing 26k. But I will get on to the A-Cat, which should be doing 30k. I'll stick with Dan Collins for now. Hopefully these are doing 30k, so they've got less than 2k to go. Right, and I've got a feeling this is going to go down to a massive sprint. Okay, there's another break here. Right, so we've got in the front group Dan Collins, Will Blunt, Kev Fowler and C Lane. Is that it? Is it finished? No way. Okay, there has been a technical issue. This should have been 30k. But it looks like they've finished 1 lap earlier. That's very frustrating. And it looks like Kev won. Oh. Yeah, maybe the distances were wrong on Zwift. Let's jump back and have a look at some of the D-Cat action if we can get in there. I believe there should be some. Is the front of the D-Cat race, so we should be able to finish and watch this through to the end. Since the rest of the races, believe it or not, have already completed. It looks like they were wrong in distance. From what I was seeing 30k and 26k that they were doing. And as you can see on this in fan view, I don't get the countdown. So I am looking at individual riders here when it says they've done 21k, right? And I kind of hope that we can catch the end of the race. They're deeply frustrating. But we will attempt to keep watching and following on the remainder of the D-Cat race. So, yeah, just checking the results there from the A-Cat race. So it was 7 laps, and it was 28.3k. So a little bit inaccurate. But we had Kev Fowler, Will Mead, Ben, Rob McEwen, Will Blunt. So well done, Will, on your move to A-Cat on this. And the averages, so Kev Fowler averaged like 3.8 watts per kilo, so that was a great result. Right, it looks like the B-Cat haven't come through yet, so let's see if I can kind of get on one of the B-Cat riders and hopefully see the finish of that. Or maybe they've just finished and I think they've just finished. think that was, we've just missed the, or was this the finish of the BCAT race? Yeah, I think we just missed second place with Rich Smith out in first. So well done. But we will get back, and that is 27. So that's the BCAT race. CCAT race just finished, so we will get back to the DCAT race and hopefully finish with the remainder of them. Oh, it's very frustrating when you when this kind of technical stuff goes wrong. But yeah, you can see on the poster, right, it even said 26k for the C's and D's, and it said 30k for the A's and B's. So very, very frustrating. It's very difficult to follow all 4 races at the same time, and I thought we were looking like we were going to be able to catch all 4 finishes like we did the previous week, but can't be helped. But it looks like we'll get to see the finish of this. It's nice for a change to get a good finish in the DCAT, right? Sometimes, because a lot of the DCAT riders would be potentially quite new to Zwift. This can sometimes have a lot of riders spread all over the road and not go down to so much of a bunch sprint. But it's kind of good to see that this time, that we're going to see, hopefully see a bunch sprint and not to see lots of individual riders coming across the line. I can tell by the amount of views that the streams had tonight and the lack of comments that are in the stream that there's been a few issues with it, but not to worry. This has been recorded, and the recording will not be jumpy because it goes straight on the computer. It's sometimes the uploading and the bandwidth is the issue. I do prefer just recording it and uploading it, because majority of the people that are going to watch it. Oh, here we go, we've got an attack on the front. Is he gone long? He's gone very, very long for the sprint here, very long. But is anyone following? It looks like they're going to follow. But there's two of them battling it out here. Who's going to get it? Chester. Alright, followed by Jay Murdoch. Great sprint. It looks like Emma Price got third. Well done. That fantastic race, everyone. Right, I'll be honest, I'm snapped. Right, I would have loved to have raced this tonight. This is my kind of course. I've won on this course a couple of times in the past. That was not that I said I would have won tonight, but it's a bit of a favourite of mine. I do like the Neokyo courses. Right, thanks very much for the joining tonight. If you haven't managed to see yourself, maybe drop me a message. Next week I'll endeavour to try and find you in the stream and give you a bit of a shout out. So if those that are watching, I will upload this straight after this to the Army Cycling eRace series YouTube channel, and you can watch it back. But if not, sign up for next week. Right, remember, next week is the a little bit more rolling, right, and it's on I just said before, it's on the cobble climb reverse. So and I'm not going to give you the distances because this week's distances were wrong, but I'll double check that against the race later on. Right, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good evening. Bye bye.